will close by returning to the weird media tour that Tim Walz has been doing. First of all, why do Democrats think that Tim Walz is going to be the solution to their man problem? Why are they trotting this guy out? He's the annoying, opinionated uncle at Thanksgiving who never lets the fact that his kids are nightmares dissuade you from giving you his parenting advice. He's the left-wing version of the annoying uncle, not even the kind of kooky right-wing version. So then Walz went on Gavin Newsom's podcast and they started talking about how many men they've lost.
I think it's one of the reasons we're losing so many men. And again, it's multi-ethnic. It's not just white men. We're losing them. We're losing them to these guys online. We're losing them to people that I'm bringing on this podcast as well.
And Walz was just kind of spouting the standard Democrat responses like,
that's why I brought...
These are bad guys, though. These are bad guys. How do we put some of those guys back under a rock?
And attributing all motivations to racism and misogyny.
I think we have to first understand what their motivations are. I think we have to understand what they're actually doing. And
you don't
I think
think
that's
it's racism and misogyny?
Which is how they lost all the men. And meanwhile, Gavin was saying we have to understand what their motivations are and listen to what they're saying.
This is part of the conversation I'm trying to have is you got to respect people you disagree with, even. And you can't just dismiss people.
And what I'm saying is Newsom's learning.
That when you talk to a guy like Steve Bannon, he talks about working folks and he talks about how we hollowed out the industrial core of this country. But I understand that. But so we can dismiss the notion of election denialism. We could completely dismiss what he did on January 6th. But I don't think you can dismiss what he's saying. Reminds me a lot of what Bernie Sanders was saying. Reminds me a lot of what Democrats said 20, 30 years ago.
I watched this and I was like, that slick bastard seems to be the only Democrat that's currently learning. And we've been saying the Democrats need to understand what happened. And now it's like, no, not Gavin Newsom. You bite your f***ing whore tongue, Bridget Phetasy. A curse upon you. Of course. Of course. Elon's my nemesis and Gavin's going to be president. Gavin Newsom is like the Omnidroid from The Incredibles. It gets smarter with every super that it fights, and that's Gavin Newsom right now. He's fighting every super in the whole right wing, and he's learning from his red-pilled son and Steve Bannon.
Of election denialism, we can completely dismiss what he did on January 6th, but I don't think you can just
become self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29th.
We didn't want Gavin Newsom to be the one who would learn.